why it is so important to focus on our emotional wellness.
The life can be as interesting or as boring, as enriching or as meaningless as your emotions are. I think
Mhm.
emotions are the fulcrums around which a life revolves. Imagine if you had no emotions whatsoever, life would have been so different. We wouldn't have cared for anyone. We wouldn't have cared for even the physical, material wellness. We wouldn't have cared for anything in life. It's emotions which drives our life. So it's important that we feel well emotionally to continue enjoying life very well or performing or doing our best in life very well. Emotions can be highly destructive or they can be highly constructive. Destructive as in somebody could commit suicide or even go for homicide, kill somebody, destroy something out of an emotional rage or outburst, or it can create victory for people, loving, bonding relationship, nurturance of an amazing project. A lot is based on how we harness and channelize our emotions. So, of course, emotions are very, very important.
And maybe that's why people are just running behind to get some peace and contentment. And that's why they are looking for some remedies. It can be anything. So, what would you suggest?
So, the first step I would suggest is stop looking outside for emotions
Mm.
and emotional input. The world is suffering today because they're blaming the other person or circumstances, situation, stars, numbers for their emotional well being. The first thing that you would do is take charge of your emotions and stop waiting for others to change or do something different. How long would you do that? You've already done that. And you go through roller coaster ride based on others' behavior towards you or others' treatment. Take charge. And secondly, do not suppress emotions, harness them and channelize them effectively. And
Mm.
third, transform. Emotions are very, very powerful energy. You cannot destroy them. And even if you suppress, they're going to harm your body, relationships, and finances eventually. So learn to transform and eventually transcend them.
This is so beautiful. And this also reminded me of my own journey where I used to be so emotionally vulnerable. And as you said, that most of the time people are just blaming others for their own vulnerability or whatever they are suffering. Most of the time, we don't look inside and we are blaming either circumstances, situation, people around us, that these things are making me feel in a certain way. But as we start talking about harnessing them, taking charge of them, where should we begin from? Because taking charge of emotion is a little, you can say, not everyone know how to take the charge of the emotions. So what would you say about that? How to take first step towards taking charge of our emotions?
The very fact that you're still waiting for others to change, which we always do right from the beginning till the time we get aware that this wait is not going to be productive enough, right?
Mm.
So attention is outside. You cannot take charge. What do you mean by taking charge? For example, you irritate me, right? Or anybody irritates me. However, if I am in charge of my emotions and I choose not to respond to your irritating triggers, I am okay, and after a while, you will not think of irritating me further. or anybody for that matter.
Hmm.
So, as much as you know how to respond rather than react, you are in charge. Now, there's a difference between
Hmm.
reaction and response. Reactions are almost spontaneous because that's based on certain subconscious mind pre-programming. And response is your choice. So if you can learn to respond rather than react during better part of the day, better part of your life, you're fairly in charge of your emotions because now you're choosing how to channelize your feelings, communication, words, and thoughts in an appropriate and constructive way. And that's taking charge.
Hmm. Wow, this is amazing. Um, so, ma'am, it's so interesting that just by understanding the difference between response and reaction, people can make so much difference in their relationship with themselves and also others. So, is there anything which helps, especially in radical, is there anything which helps them to empower their emotions, or at least, you know, apply it on day-to-day basis or daily life or routine? Because people who are emotionally overwhelmed, sometimes they tend to forget that, oh, it is because their habit, it's their habit, right? And they don't know how to respond, and they just react, 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 react. So is there anything, any course or any statement, anything which can help them to firstly understand, acknowledge, address, and then take them to the journey where they start responding rather than reacting?
Yes, Tanu, to understand emotions, we need to also understand how computer behaves, right? We have programmed our computer to act in a certain way. So if there is ABC response or input, there's going to be EFG output. So
Hmm.
we have programmed. If this input comes, this is going to be output. A mind is also programmed, especially the subconscious mind,
Mhm.
where you have a certain trigger, you often create a particular set of reactions there or a chain of reactions, which
Mhm.
we know as emotions. And this is pre-designed, predefined reactions, and at times they're beyond our control. Not always we can control this reaction. What we can do is reprogram, deprogram, and reprogram our subconscious mind. Number one, and easiest would be to channelize and create a new neural pathway for those inputs so we
Hmm.
can change the rules eventually. For that, you have to work with your subconscious mind in a way that the input goes into a different direction where the reactions are not intense. Does that mean you're going to dull? No. We need to direct them in a way where reactions are more constructive in nature. So you are going to react. There is no way that subconscious mind is not going to react to external stimuli. We are not dead people.
Mhm.
We are living human being, and emotions are integral part of it. We do not want to be indifferent and, you know, unavailable. We need to be available. However, we can always reprogram our mind to respond in a constructive way rather than react in a destructive way. And that's what makes a difference between emotionally effective people and emotionally ineffective people.
Hmm. So it all comes down to awareness again. The more you are aware about how you are responding or reacting, the more you will be able to work on yourself. So, ma'am, there is, I think, I was looking at your website and I came to know about a course which says it's emotional wellness summit. Would you like to share some information on that?
Yes, I've invited several doctors, experts from different walks of life to talk about emotions and different aspects of emotions. There's a lot to learn. And it's not just about theory. We're going to show you how beautifully you can transform and transcend your emotions in a very effective and easy way.
Okay. So, and how for how long it is? Like, is it for a day, 2 days, 3 days? How long the summit is going to be?
It's a 3-day program online. It's free for everyone. And it's on 20th, 21st, and 22nd Jan 2023.
Oh wow. I'll be joining that for sure. I need some kind of emotional wellness.
22, 23.
Beautiful. Beautiful, amazing. And along with that, I think there is something else which you are planning for emotional wellness being. So what is that?
We've created a club for people.
Okay.
So normally, when you think that you're not emotionally okay, right? It's not always you run to professionals. The commonest way is to benumb yourself with alcohol, have a cup of
Oh,
coffee,
yes. Mm-hmm.
dose yourself with caffeine, mm, go for the next cigarette,
Yeah.
and or yell out at someone, watch stupid movies, keep surfing televisions or internet, or keep playing games till the
Right.
time you calm down. Now that wastes a lot of time.
It does.
Also, yeah, and also uh, you have so much of damage that you've created for yourself. Yeah, if you especially go for um, you know extra caffeine or alcohol or cigarettes for that matter, or even substance abuse, it really damages your body, and at times it costs you relationships, your job, your career, your profession, your education, so much. Besides, if you're a working person and if you're not emotionally stable, you're going to spill over that emotions into your family life, into your relationship. And when you're affected because of your personal relationships, you will spill it over to your office scenario, and the
Mm.
cycle will repeat. Imagine a disturbed employee, if he is fired by his boss or if he is humiliated by the customers, will go to the lift or elevator, and if there is a liftman, he'll spill his anger towards him. And then now there are two people who are upset. That
Mm.
person is the liftman. Both of them will eventually go home and
Right.
disturb their families. And when they are disturbed, their children will disturb other children. Okay. Or wife will disturb other people and neighborhood. And it will continue. We are creating ripples of unhealthy emotions, and we're living in a scenario which is disturbed because of those unhealthy vibrations we radiate due to unhealthy emotions. What if you have a system where you can just type in and log in, hey, this is what I'm feeling. And there would be
Mm.
somebody who can chat with you and say, hey, these are the statements you just say and you'll feel better. Would that not be effective? And these are such highly powerful statements that you can calm down in no time. Also, you can learn to design those statements on your own, which
Mm.
can have a power to penetrate your subconscious mind, change the rules, calm you down, and change your response so that you can deal with your emotions then and there, immediately, effectively, and at times even permanently. Though for permanent solution, you need a little longer practice, but
Mm.
temporarily, you can certainly calm down.
Wow. That will be amazing because, if we are able to break this chain of toxicity, which is coming because of the toxic emotions or uh, extreme emotions, that's how I will say, that will be amazing because imagine if a person is very happy in work, he is going to come to the home Kid is happy, wife is happy, family is happy, and they are spreading happiness all over the world. So that then it will be a true meaning of being a happy person, because then there will be no stress, there will be no tension, because you are taking charge of your emotions. That sounds great. That sounds wonderful. Wow. So, ma'am, this also brings me one question. Do you ever get triggered? Because yesterday I was thinking about this. Like, you teach people about so many things, and I was wondering, do you ever get triggered? Because you are in this journey for I don't know how many years and for how long, but I would really like to know.
Okay. I do get triggered once in a year, perhaps.
Oh my God.
Yes. Um, it's very rare. I mean, the people
Oh
around me
my God.
surprised if I ever get triggered, and they really take it seriously. But it doesn't last long. Maybe just 5 minutes, 2 minutes sometimes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah,
This is
it
amazing.
dread. And sometimes I have to fake little kind of anger
Mhm.
just to make sure it's done a little
Things are
more.
in right place.
But that doesn't really normally bother me. Yeah.
Hmm. Wow. Phew. Something shifted in me just by listening to you.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not, I was an average person. Average person in the sense I had feelings, emotions, disturbances, disruptions to an extent when I was just 15-year-old when I attempted serious suicide, and I was in coma for a day and then
Hmm.
recovered. And that's when I decided that I'm going to make a difference in the way people feel and think. And I'm not going to let this life get wasted. And so I, I will also encourage a lot of people to find a meaning in their own life so that they don't do what I did. Because I know it's not just about my life. I also realized how much trauma I created for my parents
Mm.
and
People.
people around me. And though it did not work out, I tried my best. I mean, I did all the precautions. I took precautions that I seriously end my life. It did not work out. I was emotionally overwhelmed that day and didn't see a point in continuing the life. Uh,
Hmm.
Today, I can have an overview of that. And that was a turning point in my life. I was just 15 years a teenager, not understanding life. Today, I have children grown up and I see their struggle. I see their friends struggle. I see people struggle with emotions. And that's what inspires me to create a platform, a club where people can come together, support each other, help each other, and cushion each other so that they feel comforted. And over a period of time, they rise beyond that critical phase of life and figure out their way and figure out the greater meaning of all that is happening. Till then, if we can support and comfort them, it would be so great.
I wish we had this kind of knowledge and wisdom uh, years ago. And I wish people were able to take some steps for their own mental wellness and mental health, because I feel it's very, very, very important to first figure out how you are feeling, because most of the time people don't even know how they are feeling. Because for me, if I talk about my own self, when somebody used to ask me how you are feeling, and I used to say, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm good. Only three words. I never was able to dig deeper into exactly that if I am upset or sad or frustrated, or is anything is bothering me and that is making me sad, or I am holding a lot of grief within me. So, and I feel this club is going to give a lot of hope to the people who are looking for someone, and they just need to be heard, seen, loved. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, it's so important, isn't it? Especially some phases where you're about to create damage to yourself or somebody. If we can just tide over that phase, things would be so much better.
Yeah, I truly believe that. And this is an amazing platform you are providing, ma'am, because I wish this platform was available in 2014, where I was mentally, physically, emotionally, financially broken. But I truly believe that whoever is in need of these kind of support, may those people get those things and they are able to reach you out, or somehow universe guides them to this beautiful platform and program. And yeah, I just wish that everything goes uh, well and everybody feels happy. That's how I wish.
Certainly. For that, we need to recognize, as you said, that we do have disruptive and destructive emotions, which may destroy ourselves, our prospects, our career, or relationships in general, or at least time.
Mhm.
And secondly, we need to be open to face them and confront them because we feel like benumbing them.
Right.
Okay. And pretend that everything is okay, everything is fine, I can take it in my stride. And third, have openness to transform them and channelize them. You know, your emotions have so much of power,
Mm.
so much of power.
Yeah.
Rather than, suppressing them, which of course will come out like a soda water bottle. So do not suppress, just express in a safe way to save people so that you can channelize correctly and harness them correctly and create beautiful and constructive results. Cherish your feelings and emotions.
Mm.
Let them make you alive and let them help you live life 100%. You deserve that.
Yeah, this is so true. The other day I was reading something and it said that find at least 3 reasons to celebrate yourself every day.
Yeah, that's how it is. Join us for Emotional Wellness Summit on in January. Yeah, 20th, 21, 22, January 23. And also, if you wish, you can join us for Emotional Wellness Club.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for providing such lovely information. And I will really see you in the summit. And I would also request all our people and whoever is watching us to please just give it a try. See how such wonderful tools, beautiful, simple techniques can actually change your life, because it has changed my life. So I trust in this, and I would request you all to join this and start celebrating yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanya.